You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Umi Kulsum. The big story we're tracking: a combative Trinamool Congress sent a terse message to the Congress saying it was mentally prepared to quit the UPA government if the situation arises. Now, leader of the Trinamool Congress Parliamentary Party in the Lok Sabha, Sudip Bandyopadhyay, told reporters after a meeting Mamta held in Kolkata with Trinamool MPs and MLAs that he did not want to topple the government, but if the UPA so wished, their 7 ministers would quit. Mamta Banerjee has been fuming ever since UPA rejected APJ Abdul Kalam as a presidential candidate a day after she announced that he was her first choice. The Congress, which has been trying to reach out to Trinamool chief, says it hopes that Trinamool will remain their ally and Mamta will come around and back Pranab for the top post. Meanwhile, Mamta Banerjee has written to APJ Abdul Kalam on a Facebook page saying, "I have seen your statement that you are not contesting. This news has hurt us all deeply. After waiting for 3 to 4 days painfully, some political parties simply fail the people at this critical moment. Now, some self-seeking politicians have discarded all ethics and thereby have alienated themselves from the people." Now, a day after the NDA failed to decide one way or the other on the presidential candidate, it finds itself backing a losing cause. This after APJ Abdul Kalam said he will not contest and much of its flock uncertain about whether to back Pranab or go with Sangma. Well, it's another day of gloom for the Indian economy. Fitch Ratings Agency has cut its credit outlook for India to negative from stable nearly 2 weeks after rival Standard & Poor made a similar call, citing risks that India's growth outlook could deteriorate if policy making and governance don't improve. Now, this comes on a day in which the RBI unexpectedly decided to keep key rates unchanged. Now, this means loans, a crucial driver of economic growth, will not become any cheaper. All the negative sentiment has resulted in the markets tanking 300 points today. Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh touched down on the growing skepticism on effectiveness of the G20 and also the global worries about sovereign debt and bank recapitalization. In his opening remarks at the crucial G20 summit in Mexico, Prime Minister Manmohan Singh said, who is participating at the 7th summit of the group of 20 developed and developing countries, has an impressive array of bilateral meetings lined up during this summit. Let's go across to Shweta Rajpal Kohli, who joins us on the phone line from Mexico. Well, Shweta, all eyes on the G20 summit. All eyes at the G20 summit at the Eurozone, particularly on Greece. So something's looking up out there. But overall, the Euro crisis really a big worry, but things are not looking very good in India. So overall, from this summit, what can one expect?
That's right. The stakes are even for countries like India, who have actually been witnessing good growth, but often we've seen that the growth has been slowing down in a number of countries, including countries. Prime Minister Manmohan Singh a short while ago hosting a meeting of the BRICS countries, and in that meeting, saying it's very important for countries to actually send out the right messages. Growing skepticism of believes that it's important for the leaders to actually tackle that, so they can send out that right message. Specifically on the BRICS leaders, they have agreed that it is important to ensure that as far as the IMF is concerned, there are increased resources available with the International Monetary Fund, and they have agreed that to enhance their own contributions to the IMF, and which would promote with burden sharing among all the IMF creditors. The leaders also discussing swap arrangements among national countries as well as reserve pooling. But the next 2 days clearly will be critical as the G20 leaders meet here in Los Cabos to discuss ways to tackle the ongoing global financial crisis. Back to you.
Right, Shweta Rajpal Kohli, thanks very much for joining us. Shweta Rajpal Kohli there from the Mexico summit. Well, time now for a short break. There's more news coming up. K. Rosaya has been issued summons by the Anti-Corruption Bureau and asked to appear before it on July 2nd. Now, he's been summoned by the Anti-Corruption Court in Hyderabad on August 2nd for denotifying 9 acres of prime land in Amarpreet area of Hyderabad worth 300 crore rupees in July 2010. Well, time now for a short break. There's more news coming up.